Hi, it's the 21st of March 2019 at 6 p.m. Well, the penny finally dropped today. It's something I sort of suspected all along, but I've never really brought it to any conclusion. You know, listening to mgtow and listening and just even to myself, you can easily think that there are all sorts of people to blame for what's happening to men or what's happening in the world, what's going wrong. About the only people that aren't blamed these days are the church. They seem to have dropped off the radar quite a bit. But take men, for example. You know, what's happening in the manosphere. You could easily blame feminism, women at large, the government, social Marxism, or Marxism, cultural Marxism, I think. What else? That's about it, I think. Yeah, or the media. Yeah, you could blame, you could throw them into the pot as well. And look, the truth of the matter is, it could be any or all of those things or a mix of them. It could be men ourselves as well. It could be anything. But something I've learnt about life is people always focus on the wrong thing. Always. They'll be looking here when the answer is really there. But they can't stop focusing on what they believe the problem is. Now, what I'd like to do is suggest that the problem is not any people. Well, it's in part it's people. But confirmation bias. That's what I say is the problem. And if you think about it, where did the hatred for men come from? Yeah, I mean, you could say it was feminists. Yeah, feminists. So what happened? You know, feminists, have a little rally somewhere, did they? And so how come it just spread over the whole world? How did that happen? You know, it was just these women were so powerful, and politics. Yeah, politicians got behind that. But even so, how did it spread to all corners of the, everywhere on the earth? This feminism and all the same, men are so controlling and all this. Where did it all come from? Well, yeah, it would have been started by a small group of people, and it would have been promoted by the media. And the media would have no problems doing it because a big chunk of their market is women. And a big chunk of the market would be simps as well. So they probably figured stuff that the handful of mgtow, if they can go on YouTube, they can do whatever they want. We're going to look after our main market. And we're going to feed to them what they want to hear. Which is confirmation bias. I mean, it's just preaching to, it's building on what you already believe. It's taking your existing beliefs and accelerating it. That's what Hitler did. I don't know that he was the first one to do it, but that's what he did. It wasn't hard to do. The Germans were pissed off, so he just built on it. Looking back on it, it was rather simple, an easy sort of idea that he had. And people have exploited it ever since. I mean, that's what's happening. Make no mistake, media are just, because look, I could do it myself. I did do it for a while, but I started right from the outset. I thought, right from the get-go, I thought, the guys just want to hear what they want to hear. They want us to build on it. The right thing for me to do would have been to sort of figure out what was inside there and appeal to your confirmation bias. I wouldn't do it because it's boring, but apart from that, I don't actually think it's good. I don't think confirmation bias is a good thing. I'm taking your prejudices and magnifying them. I don't think that's healthy. And I've said it many times. No, I don't think it's right that men and women are living apart. I think men and women should be together. But I can see why we're not. There's a lot of confirmation bias there. Men have got strong views about women, and women have got equally strong views about men, and both are negative. And if you get a third party in between, like the media and the government, and a few other parties, it's not hard to imagine. You just build it up until you just ruin everything. And I for one will not go back into that environment. For me is toxic. I don't care whether it's settled down for now and quiet for now. It's a toxic environment because nothing's changed, nothing's repaired. You know, it's not like, you know, it'll just go away because it's still there and we all know it. But that's what it is. It's that. It's confirmation bias. And that's. I mean, we're guilty of it as well. mgtow are guilty. You go to any number of mgtow sites, and you'll see them. They get the same talking points that they had 5 years ago, and they get, you know, 10,000 views. These guys want to hear, you know. And I can tell you what, you know, oh, this about women and that about women. You go away and think, yeah, Bobby's a good guy, you know, and he's telling the truth. You know, he's telling it the way it is because it agrees with what you're thinking. And I don't necessarily even agree with what a lot of mgtow think. I mean, I've had no end of people, you know, say that, no, so much better, you live by yourself, you got more time for your hobbies, and you know, you're better off, you don't have to spend as much money, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I look at it, and I follow Japan a bit. You know, I look to Japan, what the trends that are happening in Japan. And I mean, the trend, you know, they went herbivore before we went mgtow. And they went into a major recession they can't get out of before we have. And there's one other thing they're going into that we haven't really got yet, but I'm a prime candidate for, is dying alone. It's becoming a major problem. You know, more and more men are just dying alone. So, you know, I mean, have a look at it by all means. You know, if you think this living alone is so great and wonderful and, you know, money, yeah, these guys end up living in, there's nothing left in their flat by the end of it. The shelves are basically empty. You know, they eat what they buy what they eat for the day, so their fridge is empty. And, you know, by the time, you know, what happens is, yeah, they die, they have a fall or something. 3 or 4 weeks later, the neighbours start saying, oh, something smells around here. So they send in a team of, oh my God, yeah, and the body will be on the floor. And on these things, oh yeah, the head was here, the legs were there. And you look at it and you think, you want to die like that? Is that what you want? I mean, I just can't imagine selling that to anybody. Yet, this is what mgtow is suggesting is the way to go. Yeah, die alone. And then, you've got a lizard there, you start eating me, I suppose. So by the time they found me, they'd find me a bit quicker here, but yeah, if it was anywhere else, yeah, they'd probably, the lizard would have had a good chew of me. Oh, what a lovely way to die. You know, all by yourself, what have you. And that's not the way I'd want to die. It's not the way I want to go. But, you know, but I'm not really, in a sense, I'm mgtow in that I'm looking for a new way to go, a new something, which I suppose essentially means break the confirmation bias. I suppose looking back over it, my whole life is just, I've been against it. You know, actually what is the truth? You know, I've got the same problem here at the moment. You know, why are, you know, 50% of Australians Islamophobic? How did that happen? We don't even have many Muslims here. We've got a heap of Asians. Nobody's out killing them or anything else like that. No, it's Muslims. Oh, any number of people tell you how bad they are. And there are none here. But you've got the media that's, you know, oh, they're bad. Yeah, and it's been going, the media have been on about it the whole time I've been alive. So it's coming from somewhere. But, you know, people can't sort of see that, well, you know, they're so caught up in the telly, in the idiot box, that they don't think. And you can end up that way with being mgtow too. You can end up not thinking and just following a line that, I don't know, this is mgtow, this is what we do. It's no better than the church, oh, it's just what we do. But what I'm looking at is, I don't want to live in confirmation bias. I don't want to receive it. I don't want to give it. I want to look for new, novel ways to find a new way to live. You know, I don't want to go back to that way, don't get me wrong. Filled with confirmation bias, oh, all men are like this. All women are like this. Fuck that. I've got no interest. So, rather than just talk about it, I try to do things about it. I try to make silly little things. You wouldn't even notice they were happening. But, you know, I'm doing them. You know, I'm trying different things. And one of them, I've sort of had this in mind for some time. I used to, in the wild jungle and sexy camp, I used to dance, get drunk and dance, you know, strip off my bloody, just have a shirt on or something, real slut dancing and that sort of stuff. And I got into this sort of communal living, this tribal living, this tribal thought. And I thought, it's in here somewhere, something about tribal thinking and that sort of thing. And they're all the Pinay are, you know, after a boyfriend or a husband. Like, they're all the same. Confirmation belief, oh, you know, family, you know, you don't want to die alone and old, and you want someone to change your diaper, don't you? And all that same thinking. So I talked to quite a few of them. And I've started sort of telling one what I'd like to do with others. You know, and I'd sort of, you know, I sort of find a way. Oh, look, I had a dream about you last night, and we're in a, you know, and then I'll tell them about something else. Trying to sort of trying to get through the jealousy, through the confirmation bias, I guess. You know, no, it's done this way. So I started telling them, oh my God, I had an orgy in my head last night. And they'll, you know, they don't know what to do with it. What can you do with it? You know, so what, you had an orgy in your head? You know, and if it's funny and amusing and sort of thing, you know, what are you going to do? Oh, that's wrong. But I told my friend Karina, Bumba, I call her Bumba, she's a Romanian woman I've known since about 2005. I met her on the first chat site I ever went to, and she's still around. And we get along well, but she's fun. But there's nothing in it. It's just, we just talk and, you know. Anyway, I got a message for her. I sent her something. I told her, I won't read out what I wrote exactly, but I was talking about a few people and what we did. I was telling her about it. So anyway, she wrote back to me this morning, and this is it. This is the email I got from her. It says, "Is wrong that you cheat on me, Bob. LOL. Last week it was me in your mind. Now is AB and is Jenny and who knows who else. LOL." Anyway, so I thought, yeah, okay. And then, you know, having just scolded me for cheating on her, next thing she says is, "Where is J Lord? I'm waiting for him. Why is he so shy? He doesn't come to me." And I thought, isn't that great? Isn't that classic? You know, it's just so wrong. You're cheating on me. Where's my boyfriend? I just loved it. And it just didn't bother me. I thought, I'll send this to Queenie, the woman I'm buying the computer for, and AB. And I'll send it to Jenny as well. But both Queenie and AB laughed. They thought it was funny. And I thought, how much nicer is it that they're laughing? I thought, oh, that was good. I'm sort of, like, you know, I spend a lot of time talking to Queen, buying a computer and everything else like that. But I'm not going to marry her. I don't even want to be boyfriend-girlfriend. It's just, I thought it was a good idea, you know, rather than her be on the phone, and she communicates with me. I thought, I'll stuff it, I'll buy you a computer. It's not that cheap. It's a new one, but it's the older style. It's brand new, but old stock. It's a bit thicker than the other. You know, it's not skinny, but $350. You know, it's still a fair bit. But she laughed and she said, "Do you wank with AB?" And I said, "I don't wank with anybody, hun. No, it's just, I just talk to all of you. And I'm trying to get the idea of just do it in our minds. And so we can cheat, we can do anything we like. And laugh about it. Boom was just perfect. It couldn't be better. You know, just sending that, so the other women could hardly say anything different because she made the LOLs very large, you know. But I just thought, I was surprised because Boomba doesn't normally have a sense of humour. But she cracked the pin out. She cracked me up. And I thought that could be a step, just a little baby step in the right direction. I don't know where it goes. And I don't know what to do next or if I should do anything next. Maybe just let it sink in. But what the thing I'm not doing is I'm not going back to the plantation. It's not going to be that way. You know, I've said to Queenie, look, I don't mind who you talk to, what you do with anybody else. I don't care. You know, I'll buy you a computer, make it even easier if you want. I don't care. That's not. I don't know what it is I am doing, but it's not the other way. And maybe what I'm doing is setting an environment where there is no confirmation bias. Because I've told other Pinay that I'm buying Queenie a computer, a new computer, and their reaction is, oh, wish somebody would buy me a computer. And they can't understand it. So what, you really like it? No, it's just she's on the phone, on the phone. She writes to me, I'm buying her a computer. They can't, Jenny will say to me things like, I don't know what you want for it. Okay, so it's this confirmation bias again. I'm really saying nothing. I do want something. I don't know what it is, but is it part of a web? Is it a community? Is it a tribe? Is it, I don't know. What is it I want from boom? Maybe, bring them on here and share with you guys, just sort of talk, chat, and crack one another up. I don't know. But I've seen it enough in chat rooms, the same as real life. People become power boyfriends and girlfriends. It's crazy. Why do you want to do that? It's not going to work. Why not look for something that does work? And nobody does. Everybody just goes back to the old confirmation bias. Oh, women are like that, men are like this. And it's just, yep, there we go again, bang, boom. No imagination, no trying something different. Like, what do I do here? I don't know. I've done something. I'm doing something with Queenie. I'm buying her a laptop. Who knows? Annie might end up talking to her. Could be anyone. Anything could happen. You just don't know. But it's just throwing it up in the air. Why not? Who knows? Who knows what will happen? And then this happens and that happens. But it's getting away from that confirmation bias. I really think that's the problem. I think that's where it's all at. And if we continue it, you're not going to grow. Nothing's going to develop. It's just going to be, yep, that's how it is with women. They've always been that way, and they'll always be this way. And women are saying exactly the thing. Yep, men never change. They're always this way. They've always been this way, and they've always been that way. Yeah, because you're looking at the people. Why not look at the situation? Yeah, we have sex in our minds. Yeah, we have orgies in our mind. Yeah, never out on cam or anything else like that. Oh, and just tell them, oh God, yeah, I had your sister last night. She was really, really bad. I tell AB I've had a sister. She doesn't say anything. What can she say in my mind? It doesn't matter. It's just I'm breaking it up. I'm trying to move it from probably focusing on men are that. Yep. Because I'm actually telling them, yep, I'm every bit as bad as any man could be, but I'm worse in my mind. Yep, because I have 4 or 5 women. Couldn't be worse. And open about it. I mean, what are they going to say? Oh, men, men, bad, huh? What do they say? There's no comeback. There's just sort of like, he's admitting to me, he's buying me a computer, he's admitting he wants to have sex. What does she say? What does she do? Well, the one thing she can't really do is confirmation bias. Because usually when people cheat on you, they either physically do it or they do it on cam. But if you're doing it inside your head, what's the comeback? But I think that's what it is. I mean, I keep going, for confirmation bias if you think it'll help. I don't think it'll help me. I don't want it. I've got no interest in it. I actually want to have a happy life. I want to get back to something. And I think it's there. I just don't know how to get to it. I don't even know what it is I'm trying to get to. But it's different. It's interesting. But life's always interesting. Different. And I think it's probably why I stand out a bit, because I don't play the confirmation bias thing. That's why I'm different. Yeah, I haven't got all these ideas that are similar to the neighbours and the neighbours, and I'm not in the crowd going, yeah, bastards, yeah. No, that's not me, because I think about things. Simple things like, if no Russian's done anything to me actually, or any Muslim, never really hurt me in any way, why should I hate them? Or this person or that person, why do I hate them? Because something's inside my head, some sort of propagandist or something has brainwashed me to believe, I should hate, the same as women. And if anything, yeah, women have hurt me. My, wife's hurting me. And I could hate her, I suppose. I could, women like that. I couldn't be bothered. Why waste any time with it? Never have done. I've actually been trying to think, how do I find a new way to live the whole time? And just sort of recover and find some, work and that sort of thing, yeah. I've got a lizard problem here. Anyway, good talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.